Texans fans, what's up, baby? Happy holidays to everybody. It's your boy, Darryl Blastoff in the building. Uh, I last left you guys. We was approaching the Chiefs game, and a lot has happened since then. How is everyone doing? If you're feeling like me, we ain't feeling too hot about the way we're entering into these playoffs. Um, I mean, basically, or we're basically limping. If you read the description, you know, I labeled it as we are limping into the playoffs. This is probably, if I'm being honest, um, the worst I felt and certain that we may not do what we want to do for these playoffs. I don't think that we're going to go in there and make any noise this year. I think it's just a lot to overcome. Anybody that's been keeping up with the team, uh, you can understand why people are pessimistic about us, why people are, doubters of us when they see us, why they roll their eyes when they say the Texans are contenders. And then us true fans, we stand on business and we ride for our team. We ride for the city. That's just what we're gonna do, win, lose, or draw. But I mean, what we've seen over the last two games, especially yesterday, and I was at that game yesterday. It was a fantastic show, halftime show. Shout out to Beyonce, man, came out here and represented for our hometown. But I and a lot of us that seen what we saw yesterday, keep up with the team, were embarrassed, and I go far as to say that was embarrassing, for her to come out here, and that's the kind of show that we put on. 2 points, that was all we had. 2-31 to the Baltimore Ravens, um, and there's a lot of reasons we can go ahead and you know give excuses of why we lost the way we did. I mean, these boys did play 3 games in 11 days, and they couldn't get. To be honest, the schedule for the last 2 to 3 games couldn't be any more brutal than what we've got in the AFC by having the Chiefs and then doubling back 4 to 5 days later to play the Ravens. That was brutal. There's a lot of complaining going along around the league from multiple players that you know on other teams that had to deal with this same thing. It was hard. Um, they hey, y'all on the show with me today. We keep it real here, baby. That's one thing that we're gonna do on the RYL Texans Talk. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it solid. And I went and grabbed me a special bottle of this Texans Edition 1800. And y'all gonna sit here with me tonight on the day after Christmas, it's holiday season, and watch. And we gonna pour up. If you got you a glass, pour you up a glass. We getting live on live. We keeping it real because this conversation is gonna get deep because there's a lot of things going on. Take me a shot. Y'all look here. Y'all take a shot with your boy. Blast out. Cheers. Take a shot with your boy here, you know. Um, but yeah, it's disturbing. It's depressing the way we rolling into these playoffs, man. If y'all in here, speak up on the chat, man. I shout you out. Like and subscribe, please, man. RYL Texans Talk, where this is just a channel where you got somebody that's very passionate about the team, that loves the team, and just wants to keep it real, say what's on my mind, and back and forth with the Texans fan base and people that hating on the Texans or whatever. If you're a fan or a foe, it doesn't matter. Get online and speak your piece, man. And I'm here to do the same here and keeping it real from my perspective, from my point of view. But one thing I will say is that this has to be one of the worst losses and that I've seen. And you know what? It was horrible yesterday at the game, to be honest. A lot of people just came there and they were leaving at halftime. Once a lot of people came just to see Beyonce. They came for that concert, and it was a hell of a concert. It was a nice concert. She did her thing. It was very well put together, and a lot of amazing, uh, you know, intricacies to what she put together on that show. But what I will say is that as far as the team, let's go back to last week, man. Uh, they lost 19-27 against the Chiefs in a game that I came out. I wasn't well. If it hadn't have been for Jimmy Ward, if it hadn't been for Shaq Mason, and definitely if it hadn't have been for what happened with Tank Dell, I think a lot of us would have felt great about a loss. And it may not have even been a loss had Tank Dell been in the game, maybe Jimmy Ward, because Jimmy gonna bring that heat when he hits, man. He hurts himself a lot. He injures himself because he plays so hard. But what happened to Tank Dell, it just popped the air out of a balloon that was already leaking. It just blew the balloon apart. With Stephon Diggs being out, we hadn't got to the level of offense that we all were expecting to see this season. We expected the offense to be just as dynamic as the defense, and I don't think any of us foresaw the defense being this dynamic. But the defense has kept us in so many games this season, and and turned the ball over in opportune times and whatever. But the offense has not been able to, has not been able to capitalize, and it's been horrible. It's been hurtful. It's been horrible. From the offensive line blocking for CJ to now, it's seeming I'm questioning if we got, is this guy in a slump? Who is the real CJ Stroud? Is this guy in a slump right now? And you can't all the way blame this guy because of the fact that the offensive line has, killed his trust, killed this man's trust. This man is making throws off schedule, off timing. He's not, letting plays develop now. He's throwing anticipation throws. A lot of his throws, if you've noticed, these guys aren't able to catch and run in stride anymore like they were easily last year. He was throwing balls where they can just keep going and pop, it's in their hands. Now, if you notice, a lot of times the guys are having to break and dive for the ball because it's coming out so quicker before they can even get out of their route fully and get in stride fully. So they're having to dive and when they do catch, they're gaining. It may be a first down, but it's a diving first down. It's not a catch and stride first down. He's been scrambling around a lot, and a lot of it you can't blame him. But I'd go off to say that yesterday's game, I was surprised with the backup line that we did have. With Shaq Mason being out and Kendrick Green just coming back. Drew Scruggs, I believe, was injured. With these guys, the backup's been playing real good. The guy had plenty of time, but he was missing so many throws yesterday. And it was just very uncharacteristic of what we saw that, we were accustomed to him hitting when he gets time and he gets the open guy. He was usually on point, just bullseye accuracy. But hey, man, who knows what's going on with that? People are saying slow it. Yeah. A lot of these things, a lot of this play calling is dull, it's boring, and Slowick has to take responsibility for his bland, predictable play calling. But CJ is not above reproach. We can't just sit here and look at the offensive coordinators and the special team, whoever you want to look at. You got to look at the person who has the ball in their hands that's missing open throw, because these chances and these opportunities to make plays are few and far in between in an NFL game. There's a make and break moment when it comes to winning and losing the game. Think about the Detroit Lions game. The defense turned the ball over 5 times. The Texans could not capitalize on that many turnovers. I think we may have scored 3 points to 7 points, 3 to 10 points off of 5 turnovers. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Uh, you know, they lost 31-2. That was, I mean, that's an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment, man. And I know that they're tired. You got to get in the benefit of the doubt. If you were going to play that, you might as well have rested your starters. If you were going to play like that, what was the point of having CJ out there risking his? Because he got roughed up on a few plays. I know he got up, had to check himself out. The game, Mills came into the game. But what's the point of risking them if you're not going to take it serious? I fully expect guys to, take it easy next week against the Titans. You're not playing for anything. Our seeding is locked up. We locked in the 4th seed in the playoffs. We've got that locked up. Since we just played the Ravens and lost, I foresee us playing the Steelers in the first round. And that's who you better want to play. The Chargers or the Steelers. I don't think that the Chargers can jump the Steelers and playing us in the first round. And the good thing, we do have a home game. But I don't think the Chargers can overtake because they lost head-to-heads against the I want to say they lost head-to-heads against the Ravens. I think the Steelers, they have lost. Yeah, the Steelers. Yeah, they lost head-to-head. So it look. I think that it's gonna look like it's gonna be the Steelers in the first round. That's the best chance we got to move on to the second round. I think if I wasn't mistaken, I think that Russell Wilson had a concussion or was injured. I got to go back and look at what happened with Russell. But something was going on where Kenny Pickett came into that game. But no. I can't. Somebody came into that game for Russell Wilson. I can't remember who, but I don't know who that backup is because Kenny Pickett, I believe, is not on that team. I'm not 100%. Maybe he is. Justin Fields is the backup there. But either way, you know, with Tank Dell, man, prayers out to that brother, man. He suffered the most gruesome injury. He's gone. They're saying he might not even play for, he might not even play next year. His career, there are people out there, and we're praying against that, saying his career is over because he tore up damn near everything in that knee that he could tear up, from the MCLs, the PCLs, he dislocated his knee. He tore some major ligaments. It just, man, I feel bad for that guy, man, because he worked his ass off. He was coming into form. He was having a wonderful game against the Chiefs. And that's what he was paying his dividends, man. We can't catch a break. We can't catch a break from injury. We can't catch a break from the refs. We're gonna have to make our own destiny and thump people out. We're gonna have to leave like the Lions, man. Just beat the shit out of people. We're gonna have to beat the shit out of people because we can't play close to the vest to where the refs can determine the game, because they will determine the game, like in the Chiefs game. There was so many ticky-tack calls every time the Texans made a play, and you can't give Patrick Mahomes a chance, let alone many chances. You can't get that guy a chance. He will turn it around. Him and Andy Reid. I told you, Andy Reid is a guru in the NFL. But yeah, it cost us that game playing, playing kind of sloppy, and you can't play sloppy against top tier teams. And I'll just chalk up this last week's loss because I'll just chalk it up to fatigue, man. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's chalk it up to fatigue and injury, because with Jimmy Ward being out, with Azeez Al-Shaair, he'll be back this Sunday against the Titans. But with him being out, and we lost Zach Mason, Oli Falakasi, our defensive interior. But settles in. Tim Settle, our backup DT, man, he plays nice. He does get penetration and cause disruption. Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter were basically um, null and void this game. And you know what, guys? Here go the thing. It could still turn into a Rocky. I keep saying this, a Rocky Balboa situation, a Rocky Balboa type game. It could still turn into a Cinderella story going into the playoffs where we look so bad and everybody putting their money against us and betting us out, and we can figure some things out. Hell, they signed Deontay Johnson from the Ravens, and that guy's a dynamic playmaker if he can play. If he can stay on team spirit, stay understand the team spirit, he's a Dell like shifty, fast, runs great routes, a Pro Bowler. Uh, you know, this is what we have to replace Tank. So we're not all is lost. Now we just got to make sure that the rest of the team, Dalton Schultz and everybody, when the time comes, CJ, especially you, because you're the face of the team. Um, you know, can't make you're gonna have to be perfect going into these playoffs. Perfection. Keep turning this ball over. That was a turnover to Hamilton, Kyle Hamilton. CJ was just throwing it, trying to make a play, and scrambling out the pocket and threw it straight into short. And Kyle Hamilton picked it off. Man, he threw 2 picks last week. Uh, he got 12 on the season when he had 5 all season last year. Uh, I think he has 19 touchdowns and 12 interceptions so far, which are low numbers for CJ. The guy just has to lock in and play focused is what I would be saying. I mean, against the Ravens, Stroud went 17-31 for no touchdowns and an interception. He had a 59.2 rating. That's pretty low. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bottom of the barrel, dude, for us, from our expectations. And did we? Here's a question: did we put? Somebody let me know. What do you think? Did we put too much expectation on this team? Did we have too high of expectations? Because they didn't go around saying they were Super Bowl contenders. They know what their goal is. But I didn't hear anybody from the organization saying, "Oh, it's Super Bowl or bust." I think that we seen the year that Stroud had last year, and the play the pieces that were added. They put together pieces by signing Diggs and Daniil, Aziz, that said that they're planning to make a deep playoff run. And for some reason, us being snake bitten, um, with this bad sense of uh, luck when we rolling. You know, the full healthy Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon, Nico Collins. Uh, you know, those guys were CJ. Those guys only played one complete game together this whole season. That offense, which I believe we would have had more wins had all of our people been in play, but unfortunately, Stephon Diggs hadn't had a major injury like that up until this year, and look, now all of a sudden he gets injured. You know, um, it's not looking like currently we are built to go deep right now the way that we're playing, and we were expecting at some point in time that the offense was going to catch up, they were going to figure it out, that they were going to put it all together. But hell, man, you got these injuries, and CJ is not playing as clean as he can, and I believe some of that blame did fall on the offensive line early on in the season, especially they were leading the league in penalties and all of that early on. But now, who was it on? You can't blame Bobby Schlur for CJ throwing those passes, missing those wide open throws yesterday. Can't blame him. And it's week after week. this offense is playing soft. Let's call it what it is. This offense is playing soft. This offense does not match this damn defense. This offense is soft, man. And hey, who am I to talk? I bet that's what somebody would. Who am I? I ain't no head coach. I'm a fan, bro. I've been watching football my entire life, coach football, and all I can say is this offense is not up to par with this defense. Defense is on a whole nother level, and they get tired. They get tired. The defense is the only thing that scored yesterday. They the only ones that scored, put up points in our own home field. Christmas Day, we came out to see a game. We came out to left our homes on the holiday evening to spend time to support the team. A lot of y'all came just to see Beyonce. But had the game been somewhat competitive, there was a lot of people that would have sat down there and celebrated not only the show would be, but the victory, the Texans' victory. You see what I'm saying? That's not we can't sit back and say that we're not trying to support the team. And we can be in worse. It could be worse. Look, you know what I call it? A good problem to have. It's not a best problem, but look, we arguing and fussing at the team, but we in the playoffs locked up the first seed locked up the division a couple of weeks ago. So we are in a good place. We are in a good place, but it's just how bad it'd be better had we been going in there without these injuries. Let's just hope that these injuries aren't too much over to come, because, Lord, if Nico goes down, we screwed. Let's just call it what it is. I think we can squeeze. Maybe we can. Deontay Johnson can catch up to this playbook and add some playmaking ability to this offense. Maybe Bobby Slowick wants to wake up and go ahead and stop calling first down, run on first down plays every time he gets an opportunity to make a play that stands out. We know these teams are reading them. They know first down, run on first down, Bobby. Joe Mixon, he was getting 100 yards and a touchdown in every game he played until, I guess, last week or so. These teams are catching up, man. I think to the Dolphins game. These teams are catching up, man, to who we are. And CJ's going to have to lock it down, bro. I've seen comments on Twitter, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, the groups on Facebook. Shout out to Blessed to be a Texans fan. Shout out to Texans Empire, all those groups on Facebook. People were saying, hey, CJ need to, this year, we don't want to see nothing. We don't even want to see you on social media, bro, because you're going to be so locked in. You're going to be so locked in on what you're doing, dog. You're going to be super locked in. We ain't going to see you with Michael Parsons on podcasts. We ain't going to see you getting in no cars with Amber Rose. We ain't going to see you at no all-white parties. We're not going to see you, in the Super Bowl suite with the Kardashians. You don't belong there, bro. That's not, you a rookie, a second-year quarterback, and just humble yourself, but you are already humble. He's a humble young man. I'm not his dad, and I'm a fan. I love this team to the death for me, bro. It's embedded in me, and I'm tired of feeling bad. And it shouldn't be feeling bad rolling into the playoffs. I should be celebrating. I should be toasting, not drinking to clear my nerves. Real fans gonna keep it real, and then and hey, I spend my money just like the next man, season ticket holder. I come to all the training camps, all the game, whatever, So I feel as though us as fans can put our 2 cents in, and if the product ain't good, we got to be able to speak up on that, because we just want to win. We tired of mediocrity. We tired of winning AFC championships, and that's it. That's all we've ever won as the Houston Texans, AFC champions. AFC champions. Man, can we get to the divisional round? Something. Can we get to the AFC championship game? something. Something to give us something excited to cheer for, man. Something to pat us on the back. I'm glad what Nick Caserio has put together. He's put together a fantastic foundation of a coach, fantastic foundation of you know, the core rookies, Kalen Bullock and Kamari Lassiter and Toa's turning it up. Christian Harris even came back in, man. He had a heck of a game the last week, and he's catching back up to speed. Christian Harris had a sack last week, was one of the only ones. So, kudos to Nick, man. He ain't going nowhere. Nick is doing what he's supposed to do, and that's why that's one thing we got to look forward to. Shout out Tristan Jordan, what's up, baby? We got that to look forward to. Is that we have the core, the youth. We just got to overcome these injuries. These guys practice hard and they play hard, and unfortunately, a lot of injuries on their style of play just happens because they play so hard. They play so hard, man. This defense, this offense, they play very, very hard. I feel as though are the injuries too much to overcome? Do you guys think that we can overcome these injuries? Hey, please like and subscribe to the channel, please. It helps me, it motivates me, and I love sharing this and doing this thing here. Y'all guys tap in, just subscribe to Blastoff Texans Talk, man. Texans going in, the playoffs are going to be the lowest seed out of all of the division winners. We're going in as the lowest seed out of all of the division. Got the Baltimore. Baltimore's going to be 3. Number 1. Buffalo. Which, like I say, we get to see the Steelers. That's the best thing we can hope for. I think we can win home turf last year. Beat them. Stroud was playing his A game. That was maybe you know what? Stroud woke up against the Steelers last year. That was his first game when he woke up. I believe, you know what? Lost against the Colts. Lost against the Ravens. And then we played the Steelers. And Stroud had his coming back, not coming back, but welcome to the NFL game where he was phenomenal from then on and won rookie of the year. We much rather see the Steelers than the Ravens. I know that because the Ravens, we 0-5 against Lamar Jackson so far, and guess what? We more than likely will have to see Lamar Jackson again if we can get past the first round at home again. And it's your chance, man. No matter what. Still can come back and now it'll be hard to get beat twice, but now we got to go to their home field again. But it'll be hard to get beat by the same team twice. It'll be a much closer game. Now we know what to look for. But they're gonna have to. They let Lamar Jackson just run crazy yesterday. He ran for a 48-yard touchdown, man. Just ran straight through the defense. Nobody could catch him. It was embarrassing in front of your home crowd. Let's just chalk it up to fatigue, guys. Let's get in the benefit of the doubt on that type of a loss. And it didn't even really matter. Well, you know what? At that point, you were playing for the 3rd seed. If you can pull that game off and win this one, then more than likely we would have been in the 3 seed going into the playoffs. But no matter what, we in there. And I know people are saying, yeah, we in there. We going to get bounced out first round, second divisional round. That's what they saying. All we need is for CJ to wake up. And this offense to block, because, that offensive line yesterday was buying that boy some crazy amount of time against the Ravens. Y'all go back and look at that. That dude had crazy amounts of time and was missing wide open throws. That was what was frustrating. Maybe he couldn't even believe it himself on how much, because I ain't seen him have that much time all game. excuse me, all season. I hadn't seen him have that much time all season. I was like, whoa, I was taken aback. Like, man, this dude really got time. He had some time. He gonna clean it up. You know, it's a such thing as a sophomore slump. We were hoping that he wasn't gonna have to go through a sophomore slump, but hey, looks like he's not a you know he caught the norm. He rode the normal wave at sophomore slump. You know, Brady had a sophomore slump. You know, uh, some of the greats have had sophomore slumps. Peyton Manning and these guys. You know, I don't even think Peyton had a great first year. I think he threw like 27. Nevertheless, you know, I believe in this guy. He's joined great company. He's just got to get back to it. He got to get back to work. And it's not over yet. We're talking like it's over. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. He still has a chance to turn it around. His team has a chance to turn it around, wake up. Hey, they still can make plays. The defense still is, for the most part, intact. We still have our duo pass rush. We still got Kamari Lassiter. We still got Stingler. We still got Kalen Bullock in the back. You know, we still got Will and Daniil. We still got the defensive tackles that are breaking through the interior and getting to these quarterbacks, putting pressure. Demeco Autry. We still got Azeez Al-Shaair. Still got Henry Tour. We still got Christian Harris. I believe that this boys can put this, get these pieces out there, man. And now you got Christian and Azeez. Hey, you can be able to do some nice things with your linebacking core. It'll be better to be able to watch. You know, when you got those, you got Azeez and Christian Harris. I'm very curious to see these guys play together. I'm very curious to see these guys play together. Azeez and Christian Harris, and Toa has been phenomenal. He's turned on. He's getting his football IQ acumen in the linebacker position, man. He's a playmaker. I am very curious to see how this looks. We got hope. We got hope. Yeah, we lost some valuable pieces. We lost Jalen Petrie for the season. Yeah, we lost Jimmy Ward for the season. Yeah, we lost Tank Dell for the season. Yeah, we lost Stephon Diggs for the season and Foley Fatukasi for the season. Yeah, but guess what? So did the Lions. They lost some of their best players. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. They still rolling. We can do the same thing. We can do the same thing. We just need CJ to wake up. I'm calling you out. You need to wake up, bro. Wake up, bro. Don't forget who you are, what got you through life, how great you were, you know, in college, high school, Pee Wee, how great you were your rookie year in the NFL. Get all the other stuff out of your head, man. I know you lost your boy Tank, bro, for the season. And maybe beyond the way how bad that injury was. But let's not get lost on the fact that the work still has to get done. Work still has to get done out here. Still got to win. We still got a whole city of millions of fans that's counting on you as the leader, that's counting on Bobby Schlork to get this play calling creative. Now it's time, Bobby. If you had a book, if you had a playbook that you was holding just because you didn't want to show it to Andy Reid and you didn't want to show it to John Harbaugh and the Ravens because you knew they was going to be planning for that in the plus because you figure we're going to come back and see them again. If you had a book that y'all been hiding, break that mug out right now. Break that motherfucker out break it out now. Test it out on the Titans. Test it out on the Titans. We got to get them back anyway. They came out here and stole one. Should have never happened. That should have never happened. Let's get them back. You know, we got to see, we in a situation that we can still got hope. It ain't all lost. And maybe I'm being naive. Maybe I'm being gullible. Maybe it's wishful thinking. But as long as we in there, we got a chance, man. I seen the fucking the 07 New York Giants pull off But they went into they turned it up running into the playoffs and ran through. They run into the playoffs rolling over people. We can do the same thing, man. Not too late. We got the quarterback that can do it. He can. He has the ability and the skill set. He just got to calm down, go meditate, go do some yoga, something, some Pilates, something, man. Go focus, go zone in, tap in, man. Make your phone calls to the people that love you the most and that know you the most, that know what you're about, and keep them on the phone. Get on the phone with your old man, whoever you love, bro, that really in your corner. Because you're going to listen to the outside noise of the word talking about, oh, man, he's crying and he's so. Listen, man. He knew what kind of injury his homeboy had, dude. That guy's out for the season. Was it ideal? No. Should he have overcome that and been able to make the plays to finish off that game? Yes. But so should have Kaimi Fairbairn when he missed that damn field goal. So should Dalton Schultz when he dropped that ball in that Chiefs game. So should have them. So should those guys have too. But we're not finna sit here and act like we got a bum at quarterback. We ain't finna act like that. That guy's elite. That guy's top tier, man. I don't know, man. When will we take that next step? How long do we have to wait before we can just get over this hump, man? How long do we have to wait before we can get over this hump? How long do we got to go through another? We in the playoffs. We AFC South champions, and man, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing when that's all we've been for the last 8 times we've gotten there. That's all we've ever been. Can we make it past the first round, the second round? Lord, can we make it past? Can we go into the second round and not get thumped every time? Get thumped by the Chiefs. Get thumped by the Ravens. Get thumped by the Patriots. Get thumped by Ravens at a time. Get thumped by the Colts. When are we going to take that next step? We have the pieces, and that's what's so frustrating because we have the pieces in play. We have the defense in play right now. But why is the defense up and now the offense down? Where were we expecting CJ to just fall off like this? Where were we expecting the offensive coordinator? So Demeco is going to have to make some tough decisions, man. This is, hey, I'm your friend, Bobby, or whatever he is, they are. But, bro, you can't mix business and friendship. So if that's what that is, you gotta get these guys pieced together, man. You gotta get these guys in order. You gotta get somebody on your squad on offense that's gonna smash mouth, talk raw to these guys, get these guys in order on offense and call them out for that bullshit lackluster play. Yeah, that's right, man. You know what, Tristan? You know what, bro? I don't know if we ever lost to Cincinnati in the playoffs. I know we've always beat them. I'm trying to think back. I don't know. Somebody tell me. I don't think we've ever lost to Cincinnati in the playoffs. I know we've always, ran over those guys when they came to the playoffs. The 2 or 3 times I know we played. I think we played them twice. I know we beat the Raiders. We beat Buffalo, Cincinnati for sure. But I can't say that we lost to Cincinnati. But nevertheless, Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl. Hell, Jacksonville Jaguars went to the AFC Championship. The Jacksonville Jaguars went to the AFC Championship. And we got trouble. We got trouble. We the good as this team is, the much money that's been invested, I'm not going to blame Nick Caserio. No, sir. Not going to blame Nick. Not going to point one finger at Nick. I'm not going to paint no finger at Cal. They did their best work this offseason and last offseason, and they've invested heavily into fanfare and public relations and whatnot, and putting their best foot forward to try to build this team up to be what we are now. Because it's up to Demeco now, bro. You running the train, bro. Yeah, we can blame Bobby Schluck I want, but you need to be somebody. Hey, there's no excuses for this offense to be not able to score on the goal line when the defense turn them over and they at the goal line. All they got to do is get the ball and score. There's no excuse for us not to be able to get 2 yards. You see how easy the Ravens was just. I know they're more experienced than you talking about John Harbaugh. This guy been coaching the Ravens since whew, 09, 07, 08, 09. He's been coaching the Ravens. Who knows? That John Harbaugh been there for a minute. That's a lot of experience. And guess what? They fired Greg Roman. They did whatever they had to do to make the moves to be able to improve. Just like Buffalo, they fired, or was it Ben Johnson or whoever? Or Dayball, excuse me, Brian Dayball. Let him move on. Hey, sometimes you got to make those hard decisions, man. We want to win here, bro. We want a winner. We want a winner. And I know that's what Demeco is about. That's how he's always played. That's what he wants. I know that's what he's into. I know that's what the GM wants. I know that's what the team wants. I know that's what the fans want. So let's put it together, man. But for all these people that I've been seeing calling for Demeco Ryans to be fired, man, are you crazy? What's wrong with you guys, man? But that's the difference between anybody that's saying that, you are a bandwagon fan. Let's just call it what it is, bro. Ain't no way you got a coach that's got us in the playoffs back-to-back years, his first 2 years, when we just came off the past 2 or 3 years between David Culley and what's his name, Romeo Crennel, Lovie Smith. And y'all want to go ahead and fire the guy that's got this defense playing like a defense we ain't never seen before? It's easy to get all you need to do is get them the right OC in there. Get him the right OC in there. Maybe he's already there. Who knows? I see some people saying they need to pull in Gerard Johnson. Hey, if Gerard can, can interview for the job, win the job with his concepts and what he thinks will win, we don't need another Pep Hamilton. Hey, it's all about, getting somebody in here that's going to light a fire and be creative, get somebody. You know what? One of the things, Demeco was a rookie head coach. So it would have been nice to have a veteran offensive play caller. You know who they probably could have got? What's his name that used to coach the Vikings, was the head coach of the Vikings. He would have been a good offensive coordinator. Man, what's his name? The black coach that was the offensive coordinator. What you say? Easy Mo Z24. What's up? Easy Mo says if CJ plays the same as this year or a bit worse, you think we should keep him and pay him? Oh man, that's a good question. If he played the same as this year or a bit worse, do you mean next year? Because he's coming up on that pay. He's looking at $200 million a year. You know what? CJ, with this kind of year, you got to prove it. I know it sounds crazy, but the way that he's played, I would say that, I would want to see another year, man. Next year, he got to show me something. Because got these quarterbacks that can come in like RG3 did and have a great year that first year. And have a great year that first year and second, be rookie of the year and all of that, and can't return the form. And we know RG3 was hurt and that took him away. But he can't return the form like that. Would you say yes? Izzy Mo D24 says yes, and holding on the ball and happy for yes, man, yes. I was so surprised at the amount of time that CJ was holding on to that ball. But I was surprised I was more surprised at the amount of time that if you go back and watch that game, early on in the game yesterday, up until almost the second half, pretty much, if not up until Beyonce came, he had, that line was blocking their ass off. And I was surprised, like, wow. And CJ was holding on to the ball. And then you know what CJ would do? Not only he get happy feet, and he'd run himself into a sack. He was getting the ball. He was, getting ready, looking for the read, but then he panic and run on, scramble. But why are you not throwing the ball away instead of taking that sack? You're going from 4th and 5, 4th and 3. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3 to 4th and 3 and 17 or 4 and 17. Like, come on, man. Your awareness has to kick in. So I have to see more before I'd be, because this year gives me questions. Yeah, you had a phenomenal year. Yes, you had a phenomenal year, but I'm not gonna break the bank. He's not up for paying yet. So after next year, he'd be up for that payment. So I want to see what he looks like after next year. I got to see what he looks like. I'm not willing to give him that big monster record breaking contract unless I see more that he's fixed whatever's going on. And but he's got to get that off. They got to work too. They got to protect him. They're going to have to protect the guy now. But you don't want that ghost in the pocket, because that can ruin a quarterback. And we've seen many of them, Jake Locker and Blake Bortles and all these guys that are good quarterbacks can be ruined just because they don't trust their offensive line, and then their mechanics and their timing and their accuracy just declines greatly. Izzy Mo says, we have all seen one-hit wonders that play like he did in year one and get massive contracts and hold a team back for years, like Jacksonville, etc. Exactly. Look at who just got paid, and they getting ready. Well, and I ain't gonna say this is a one-hit wonder, because Kirk Cousins is a big, well-known guy that can play ball really good, but they just paid him all that money in Atlanta, and now they benching him for Michael Penix, and I don't think Kirk Cousins will come back on it. I think they can save money by cutting that contract. Doku says, "What's up, Deku?" Oh, Deku retracted. Okay. Either way, um, you know, CJ's gonna have to. He's not going without blame. CJ is not going without blame. He's not going to be without blame. Um, he's the leader, and it's not Bobby Slowick's fault when you miss wide open throws, man. And like I said, last year he was hitting them in stride. They would be running, ball perfectly dropped while they run, boom, they can keep going. Now, a lot of these throws, they have to turn around, they have to stop, they have to dive and extend and fall to the ground to catch these plays, because his timing, he's trying to get that ball out before these receivers can even break on their routes. But again, man, we'll see. We could be in worse. One thing I can say is that we could be in worse situations. We can be at home, in the playoffs and waiting on the couch. We still have a chance. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, guys. We don't look like we're gonna make noise. It don't look like we're gonna be able to get deep, get a deep playoff run based on it. But we don't forget, we got Azeez Al-Shaair coming back. Foley Fatukasi should be back. I don't think he had a season injury. And CJ can wake up at any moment in time. And let's hope that we can pull something out of Deontay Johnson. Let's hope we can pull. That was a good signing. Let's hope we can pull something out of him. I think we should be able to, pull something out of Deontay Johnson. He can take over that role that Tank had. He just has to learn the playbook, and he has to be able to want to play, because for some reason this guy's been kicked off like 2 or 3 teams in the past 2 or 3 years, or released past 2 or 3 years. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Guys think that we can overcome this, and we can, you guys just think that it was a rest issue? We played 3 games in 11 days. Do you guys feel as though it was just the injuries, and that we got to go ahead and reset the pieces on this chessboard and get everybody in position, and the Texans were just fatigued? And the Baltimore, did the Baltimore Ravens play 3 games within 11 days? Because that wasn't fair if they didn't. I think they did. Somebody let me know in the comments if you know if Baltimore had games within 3 and 11 days like the Chiefs did, like the Texans did. Uh, 'cause those were brutal schedules. But yeah, they were tired. But just to lay an egg in your own home stadium like that, man, nobody saw that coming. Not from this team. I think that was one of the worst losses we've ever had. Period. But we'll all be able to uh, have something to. Oh, okay, yeah. So the Ravens did, KC and the Steelers. Okay, so we all had. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That is brutal. That's brutal, man. For this type of sport here, hey, those guys were fatigued. But hey, the Ravens. Somebody, hey, Izzy says that the Ravens had the same schedule that we had within the 3 games in 11 days, and they still were able to do. They running through people, man. They're running through people. But you got to give it to them. Lamar Jackson been knocking at that door for years. But he's been there every year. He's been there damn near every year, knocking at that door. And so they have a lot more experience than a lot of these teams do. And he had a lot of time to self-reflect and get himself right. And these guys they're coming to play, and they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. I don't want to see the Ravens first round. I do not want to see the Ravens first round. I would love to see the Steelers. So if that's what we have, I'd even like to see the Chargers. I'm either one of those guys. But to see the Ravens right now, they A+ football right now. I don't know. The Ravens and the you know what it may be? Because this is going to be very, very interesting. We want to talk about us there, but if you got to see, who would you think would make it to the AFC Championship game? Would you put your money on it being the? I think that the Chiefs will get. I think it'll be the Ravens and the Bills, man, in the AFC Championship game. I think it's gonna be the Ravens and the Bills. Chiefs are beatable. Chiefs are very beatable. Ravens are turning it on right at the right time. Lamar Jackson is just too much, and it's gonna be the 2 MVPs, the two people up for debate, and that's gonna determine who's gonna be the MVP. You know, uh, that'll be a damn good game. That'll be a damn good one. What you guys think? The Ravens and the Bills in the AFC Championship game, if it ain't us, which if we don't turn this around and make a miracle happen on 34th Street, we ain't going nowhere but to the home and on a first round knockout if we can't get this ship righted, man. I believe in this defense. This offense just has not given us anything to believe that we're going to be more than a first round and go home team for this year. We on the right track. We are on the right track. We got the pieces the foundational pieces are starting to get there. So we're on the right track. You know what? I feel that, Izzy. That is, man, they got Taylor. Don't forget Taylor Swift, bro. Don't forget Taylor Swift. KC, Izzy Mize 24 says KC can't be beat. They got the damn league behind them. Hey, man, bro, you said a mouthful there. And until you always hear this, but until you play them with your team and you're fully invested in that game, you can see every detail. You understand. Now you understand. Tristan says Texans Ravens. You know what? And that would be you know what? Texans Ravens would be the Ivan Drago Rocky Balboa story to me. It'll be the show enough. What is it? You remember who remember what is it? Show enough and Bruce Leroy. I forgot the name of that movie, the Last Dragon. You know, this will be the hero that goes up against the big boss man. The big boss man kick your ass first, but you come back later and you trained up and you ready now, and you go ahead and you have a tough one and you finish him off. A David and Goliath type story. That's what that would be. The Texans and the Ravens to see them in there again. You know, I don't know, man. Hey, y'all, we got things to look forward to, but we want it right now. And unfortunately, we so hurt and at the wrong time. And what happened to Tank Dell, man? They saying that he may have to miss the entirety of next season. So will we ever see Tank back on the field? He's young. He's only 23. I think that's what's going in his favor. He's so young. But will he ever have that same explosiveness, man? How does that work when you tear every bone, excuse me, every tendon in your knees, man? And that's part of your speed. It's part of your agility. You know, Demeco gonna have to make some hard choices, man. This is what's gonna have to happen. They're gonna have to do. I know. If I know anything about Nick Caserio and Demeco, especially Nick, I trusted Nick. I call him Calculated Caserio because that guy plays chess. That guy Nick Caserio plays chess. And if I got the feeling about Nick, he know what his team needs right now. He sees what's going on now. And if Bobby Sloyd happens to get fired, which I can't see possibly retaining Bobby, I just can't. He hasn't shown the ability to grow, to evolve. Bobby Sloyd has not shown the ability to. You've seen what's happening with your team, and you've put together plays that just there's no reason we're not. If we're turning the ball over this much on defense, we can't put points up on offense. The offense is holding the defense back. And that's been the story of the history of the Houston Texans, period. If you follow the Texans throughout history, they had either a great defense or they had a crazy offense. Crazy offense, a good defense. You know, it's never been just complete well-roundedness. Brandon Hallam says Kenyon Green and Shaq Mason are a couple of horrible chess moves. Yeah, you know what though? Shaq Mason, bro, played damn. He was one of the top right guards last year, man. Shaq Mason deserved that contract that he got. He just totally fell off this year. But Kenyon Green, yeah, I don't, he was a first-round draft pick. They invested heavily in him. They had to get a guy a chance. He got hurt his first 2 or 3 years in the league. He couldn't stay healthy, and now he finally returns. And he's good in the run blocking, but his pass blocking is garbage. And so maybe he can wake up before this season. But other than that, yeah, I can see Kenyon Green being gone too. What do y'all think about Laramie? Laramie hasn't created a false start since, it's been a while. I hadn't heard 78. The offensive line hadn't been really creating false starts since 4 or 5 weeks back. But what do you guys think? Is Laramie deserving of another contract, or should we let Laramie go? They got some good, offensive linemen in the draft and tight ends as well. Who was that? Robert Hunt. Brandon Hallam says Robert Hunt was a free agent last offseason. Much better at right guard. Oh, I agree. Where did they move him to? I'm not. Where did they end up moving him to? Oh, Tristan says 78 got to go. Hey, the boy's all pro, man. That's a tough call. He don't like the run block, but he's the top dog in pass blocking. This offensive line is not gritty, man. This offensive line is not gritty, bro. They not maulers. They don't understand that this here guy back here is the king, and we got to do whatever we got to do, be as nasty and as physical. They want to wear Gucci, the tight Palm Angel jeans, and come on, bro. Come on, man. Izzy Mo says, or have a good team, but the QB gets injured. Matt Sharp. Yeah. Yes, bro. 2012. Or was that 2011? That was either 2012 or 2011. The Texans would have probably went to the Super Bowl that year, bro. Had they not gotten, Matt Sharp got injured by Albert Haynesworth, stepped on his foot or whatever, and caused him to have a Liz Frank injury right at the goal line. I think he was trying to do a quarterback sneak. I'll never forget that, bro. I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. We were rolling that year. I think we could have went to the divisional round, to the AFC Championship and farther, because Matt was balling, bro. Matt was balling. I remember those days, man. Uh, yeah, yeah. Panthers. He went to the Panthers. Okay. Yeah, and the Panthers are starting to turn it around. And guess what? You know what's crazy about that? Uh Brendan, Brandon, you know what's crazy? Now, when everybody was saying that Bryce Young looked like a bust, and now them boys are turning up. They starting to get together. You got to protect your quarterback. He's definitely getting protected, but he's making plays. He ain't lost his confidence. They benched him a little bit. Maybe that's what Stroud may need. They benched your boy Bryce Young a little bit, and he come back on fire, man. He woke up the offensive line, man. You got to protect your guys, though. It's also on the offensive line. It's also on the scheming and the play calling, because running on first down ain't going to get it. But forcing screens, 3 to 4 screens, man, it's not working. You got to be creative. Brendan says Tunsil doesn't have the fire, but you got to let him finish out his contract while you rebuild the rest of it. You know what? I agree with you, bro. Tunsil, takes practices off, camps off, and starts out slow in the beginning of the season because he hadn't had timing and practice, to get his snap count, whatever, and he was jumping the snap a lot of times. Tunsil, he's top tier in the passing game, but if I agree with you, you definitely don't cut him right. You definitely, cut him. Definitely, hell no, you don't cut him. But you definitely don't get rid of a guy like that off the bat. He's too valuable, man. He is still the best guy on that offensive line. He's still an all-pro pass blocker, bro. One of the best top, 3 in the league right now. Yeah, Izzy. 2012, bro. I've been through long suffering. If we talking about this year being my second year as a season ticket member, but just keeping up with the games and watching every game, I've probably seen about 98% of every Texan game, but that has ever been played. I kept up with them deeply, and that year was tough because the way we were playing. I think we went on ahead and was it T.J. Yates? Was that T.J. Yates that was playing the Ravens, and Foster was going off against the Ravens? Foster, man. Foster was a legend. He just couldn't stay healthy. Foster was was gifted running back. He just couldn't stay healthy, man. But Brandon says sign a Trey Smith or a Mekhi Becton and draft a guard at the other side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we need to do something, bro. Shaq Mason, I think he just hit the wall this year. He played well enough. Because you know what? Nick Caserio, what Nick Caserio did do last year was he signed a lot of these guys to 1-year deal, prove-it deals. And those guys played their ass off and got that deal. And now, they got that damn deal and they're playing like ass. Where did this pass blocking debacle come from, Shaq? Why did he fall off so drastically after he got that contract? That's not fair. Those kind of guys, you're right. You cut those kind of guys, man. Definitely don't need to be re-signed. Whatever contract he got, they gotta let him go and walk away with the whatever and eat whatever cap they gotta have. Because that's mind-boggling that guy got all that money. But that's what happens sometimes when you get these guys those prove-it deals, and they play hard to get that money. They playing hard for a big check. It's why you don't feed them up early. Why, CJ gonna have to work for it, man. Don't just give it to him just because he had Rookie of the Year. Hey, bro, yeah, you're a first-round draft pick. Yeah, we'll work with you, and we want you here. But you got to show that your dedication as the leader. You have to be working harder than anybody else. While you should have had while you at the white parties, all white parties, while you in the suite at the Super Bowl with the Kardashians, guess what Bryce Young was, bro? He was in that lab. And CJ is a bright, smart young man. He has his faith in the Lord, and all of that good stuff. But hey, you have to put in the work. You can't come in the league and win Rookie of the Year and think that you him. And every time you throw a touchdown, you folding your arms and you looking like you just did something big, bro. No, do that. The last game throwing touchdown of the Super Bowl, bro. Throw that touchdown in the Super Bowl, then you turn around and, you know, yeah, you can't, don't, bro. People are watching you. People coming after you. The whole league was coming after you. All of these boys had podcasts talking about you. You were getting, your head was getting, excuse me, I don't want to say what your head was getting, but the media was blowing you up. Talking about, hey, you reading, you already knew what kind of plays people were gonna be running and this and that. And, you know, by watching them, heard what they saying, they call it on podcasts, and, you know, you got Zaire Franklin them coming after you, and you back and chattering, and hey, humble, bro. Just go to work, get back on the side, wait till next turn, focus, lock in, bro. We ain't did nothing, we ain't won nothing to be so cocky yet. Rookie of the Year, that's exactly what that is. It ain't no accolade to take the next step to take off in the offseason and go travel the world and be an ambassador for the NFL. I don't know whose idea was that, bro, but get back in the lab. I'll lock off social media. I'd get off social media completely. Yeah, get me off of social media completely. You ain't going to see me because I'm going to be so locked in the hyperbaric time chamber, getting my game up. That's what it's about. Yeah, saving money in other spots and wasting it in other. That's right, Brandon. And risk a proven QB prospect on whether Kenyon and Shaq could get it together under this OC and Strausser. Yeah. And Izzy says, CJ sure believed his own hype well deserved, but this league will humble you if you don't put in the work. That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. You have to put in the work, man. You can't just, your first year, come on, bro. Come on, man. You were supposed to continue on, just focus, lock in, get better than that. That wasn't good enough. Rookie of the Year, it wasn't good enough. 24 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, or whatever the numbers were last year. That wasn't good enough, bro. That's what I would have told myself. You know, the greats, I'm going to tell you something. How many of y'all know that some of the greatest quarterbacks win Super Bowls early on? I think Tom Brady won his second or third year. I know Ben Roethlisberger won his second, third year. Eli Manning, Joe Burrow went his second and third year. You know, hey, we getting, the clock is ticking. Come on, the clock is ticking. We got him on his rookie contract. We need to take advantage of this rookie contract that we got CJ Stroud on. We need to take advantage and put this team together while we still got a year or so before he is going to be the main, accommodation on this roster, on this cap hit. But you know what, guys? Brandon says, I thought CJ was doing a media tour on behalf of the league. The league treated us favorably until week 2 at the Bears game. Then the league office and the refs turned on us. Yeah, they were treating us favorably. All the media and all of the, and guess what? And you know what? That's guys that's unspoken. You know what else that's unspoken? The way we played in prime time this year, after we whined and cried about we ain't getting no prime time games, you think with the way we played this season, we deserve prime time games? As many as we got Christmas. We had the game, was it the day before Thanksgiving? I can't remember. But we got so many 4 or 5 primetime games this year. What was that? Halloween, I think. Maybe, yeah, Halloween, the Cowboy game that was close to Thanksgiving. Halloween, Halloween and the Jets debacle. We laid an egg in the Jets game. We got to turn it up, man. Oh, yeah. Hey, I could believe that. I could believe that because Ramon Foster was is he retired from the Titans, or is he like a representative of the Titans? I know he had something to do with the Titans. But yeah, I could believe that, man. Amy got it out because Hannah her and Hannah, hey, they go back and forth at it. Hannah, Miss McNair, yeah, she don't like her, and they do not like each other. But man, hey, it is what it is. It's us against the world. It's H-Town versus everybody. Like Will Anderson say, if you ain't with Houston, F them. You know what I'm saying? I like that. If that's somebody gonna come out with that shirt, you better do it before I do it. If you ain't with Houston, F them. Because that's how we feel right now. League hated us even more for beating up on the Bills. Oh yeah, man. They made Josh Allen look very, very mediocre. 9 completions out of I don't remember how many passes. Oh yeah, okay. He's an employee of the Ramon Foster is an employee of the Titans media. I ain't gotta get to make those kind of decisions. That's all right. He back now. You can't do nothing about it, Ramon. Azeez Al-Shaair is back. He's back. Ain't nothing you can do. And he coming out against the Titan squad, and I believe they gonna give him a thrashing. Let him go. I think he gonna play because he need that warm up. He don't need to go into the playoffs without having played no games. It's gonna be some ass kicking out there in Nashville. I know that for sure. It's gonna be, even if you got to set CJ, let Davis Mills get him some action. What y'all think? Davis Mills need to get him some action, man. Let Davis Mills get him some action. Hell, let CJ sit, man, and warm up. Sit there and focus on what's to become, because we this game is meaningless. Actually, we going to the fourth round. Period. I want them to play and win. I want them to play. I got a bet out there. I got a big bet out there on team records. So, I mean, either way, I want them to win. But either way, guys, yeah, I would too. That's what I'm saying. I would definitely sit CJ and sit the starters, because it's a meaningless game. But again, man, we got this game coming up against the Titans. Hey guys, I enjoyed the conversation. Yeah. Let them work on timing and practice. Yeah. But I really enjoyed you guys for tapping in, man. This is what it's about, man. I love this type of interaction. This is what we need more of. Hey, anybody, you put your 2 cents in, man. We're having a conversation here amongst real fans. This is RYL Texans Talk with real fans, man. I'm just like you. I'm just talking about it and, hey, giving everybody a platform. I want to engage. This is what I love to do. I love to talk Texans. I love the Texans specifically, and to be able to engage with you guys and people that love the team as well as much as I do, and we know what we're talking about. We know this language. We know our team, and we can bounce ideas and bounce opinions off of each other. This is what this is all about on the RYL Texans Talk. Izzy Mo says, how do you feel about Demeco? How was he smiling and laughing on side? You know what? I heard that, man. I was at the game, so I didn't see it on the TV. I was in the stand, so I didn't see that. But I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But you down 2 to 31. Ain't no damn reason why you need to be smiling unless he knows something that we don't know. That's why I say, guys, if I said this in earlier shows, if I was Bobby and the Texans, gotta think, Andy Reid, John Harbaugh, these are brilliant coaches, and they play chess. They will use what you do best and turn it up against you and turn it and flip it up. So let's just, because this play calling is crazily just suspect, let's just hope that they've been working on other things and they got some stuff that they're going to show in the playoffs. They got a playoff chess book when they're going to catch these guys off surprise. And I believe that the reason they got Deontay Johnson in is so he can fill that Tank Dell role, because they already knew that Stephon Diggs was going to be gone. They needed Tank Dell for his shiftiness, his quickness, his explosiveness, and Deontay Johnson adds all of that. You didn't lose a thing bringing Deontay Johnson in here, as long as he can be on par with what we want to do, and as long as he, learns this playbook quicker enough to be able to incorporate what it is we're trying to do. That's what I would do. I definitely wouldn't show my best hands going into the playoffs, because and let's not get lost. We lost major pieces. Jimmy Ward brings a lot. Jalen Petrie brings a lot. So we may have lost two fingers on the hand, but we still can throw them. Tank Dell, dynamic player. Let's, something. I heard that Deontay drops more balls or whatever. I gotta see because I know he ain't played that many games for me to be able to judge him on this season. But yeah, I'm hoping that we got a secret playbook of. They got to be because this what we saw yesterday was laughable. And if he laughing on the sideline, who knows? Who knows? I don't know about that, bro. Um, Titans screw their pickup if they win. Titans screw their Titans. Oh, yeah. Oh, they picking high. They picking. I wonder where they at, where their position is right now. Demeco laughing because the plan to play the Steelers instead of the Ravens in the first round was working out perfectly. Hey, it's chess. It's not checkers, baby. It's chess. It's not checkers, baby. I'm with you on that. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe that too, but that's good. That's good. Yeah, let them go on lay down. Hey man, we don't want to. You don't want to play the Ravens in the first round, bro. I'm with you on that. You don't want to play the Ravens in the first round. I'm definitely with you on that. But hey, Demeco and Bobby and them, they better have something up their sleeve, because if he playing the game like that, then I wouldn't put it past them to say, hey, this year we're not gonna put our best shit forward, CJ. Make it look crazy. Make it look crazy, CJ. Oh Lord, I hope this is what this is, CJ. Make it look crazy. Give them something to talk about. We ain't got to play our best games right now, CJ. We need to turn it on in the playoffs. So, hey, throw them off. No matter what happens here today, we still got our first round home game, and we can even play a weaker team, and then you can go ahead and come out the box and just throw your rookie of the year back on them. Why? Where was this CJ at all season? Joe Flacco, them boys. Do like Joe Flacco did when they won that Super Bowl. What was it, 2012, 2013? This Joe Flacco, them boy, come out of nowhere with them. And just, hey. I would love that. I would love that, man. Izzy says, if they have a playbook for the Super Bowl, I'll buy the ticket. Who you telling, bro? Deontay was dropping balls on the Ravens, but they also weren't in bounds enough to be really catchable. Okay. Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016 and lost their last 3 in a row. Yeah. What happened with Russell Wilson, man? Is Russell Wilson out of there? Texans defense versus Russell Wilson. Yeah, I like our chances Did something happen to Russell? Is he injured or something? I'm not sure. I have to check it out. I don't know something. Uh, all right. I don't know why I thought something happened to him. But anyway, guys, you know what, man? Texas family, y'all the real ones, man. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Oh, Fields is injured. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Well, hey, they go to their backup when Russell get knocked out playing with us. But Fields is injured. But hey, guys, thank you guys again, man. Everybody that tapped in, man, I appreciate you guys for showing support, for tapping in with me, man. We're gonna do this again. I want to say next Friday, but just turn on your notifications. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. You will be live and knowing when we going live next. Follow us on Twitter, on X. Follow us on X at Blastoff ENT on Twitter. You can email us. All the info scrolling across the screen at the bottom. Follow us on Blastoff _ENT. For sure, man, and let me know where to hit you from. Oh, Ben Skoranek. I thought we had him and we let him go. Didn't we pick him up and we let him go? We had Ben. We had him. I think we let him go. Our old punter on Steelers. Oh, who was that? Man, he was a bad boy too. He was a bad boy. Our punter was a Johnston. Johnston. I forgot. I know it's Johnston. He's a good punter. But yeah, guys, thank you guys, man, for tapping into the RYL Texans Talk, man. I am your host, Blastoff, Darryl Blastoff, man. And again, you can follow on X at Blastoff_ENT. Follow on Instagram at Blastoff ENT and just tap into this channel and Cam Johnston and keep your notifications on, man. Again, man, I am your host Darryl Blastoff, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in once again, man, and hey, you guys have a good night, Texans family, man. We out for the day, bro. Y'all be blessed, man. Peace out.